Garrett Wilson signing a 4-year, $130 million deal with the New York Jets. This one to me is pretty self-explanatory. New coach Aaron Glenn comes in, new GM Darren Muji comes in. There is a ton of young talent on that roster. Even though they're the longest playoff drought in the NFL, there's a lot more to work with for Aaron Glenn here than there was when he joined Detroit as part of his Dan Campbell staff in 2021. And I would expect that this is just the first piece of maybe a number of contracts to come over the next year or so with the young talent on that roster. Quinnen Williams is already signed long-term. Quincy Williams is signed long-term. He could wind up getting another contract. Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Ollie Vera Tucker, eventually Olu Fashanu, Breece Hall. There are a lot of names on that team that need to be taken care of. Now, as for what this may mean for Garrett Wilson himself in the receiver market, obviously Wilson, the 10th overall pick in the 2022 draft, gets this in the first year he is eligible. I think it's reflective of where he is in the eyes of the new staff, that they were able to get eyes on him in the spring, work with him through the spring. He did not have the year that I think everybody was expecting him to have in his third year as a pro. Things weren't perfect between him and Aaron Rodgers, but now with his college quarterback, Justin Fields, coming in, he's coming off of a strong spring. It's reflected in the contract. And then as for what it means for the receiver market, it's another receiver contract that is up there in the 30s. It's close to what DK Metcalf got in Pittsburgh. And it could affect another former Ohio State receiver in Terry McLaurin. I was going to say former teammate. They didn't cross over in Columbus. But Terry McLaurin's deal, it could give some color to where the Washington Commanders are going to have to go with Terry McLaurin, since McLaurin is a more accomplished receiver than Wilson. Even though he is older, certainly it cements the idea that Terry McLaurin should be well into the 30s in his new contract. McLaurin, of course, with the Commanders going into a contract year.